Okay, so we are now on to turn 5. Nice thing is we just kind of jump into play. Things are not looking too good right now for the Americans. We do have some adjacent here. So what I may do with this stack right here is we may throw grenades in here and just to see what happens, to kind of go through that process right there with that. And then we have a squad right here. We only have one building out of 6 out of at least 6. So we are 1 for 6. We do have 2 turns left, 3 turns including the 5th one here, but we are looking at some issues with this. So we can go from there and see how things go. So let's go ahead and flip our first chord for turn 5. We have a robot player. Our player's going to start off with the mortar. Let's take a look. Let's go to the board and see what we've got. And what it looks like we've got here is we're going to have, is there a mortar in here? Take a look here. There is not a mortar in here. So there's no mortar in here. So this one obviously is going to go with this one. Let me let's go ahead and zoom in. So what we've got here flying to here. So in this case, they've acquired the target. There is a bot on here, so that will make a difference. So we will have to throw on the HPT. So because this guy is going to spot for him. So we're going to put him as fired. To me, that's worth it. So this is a D, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 7 to hit. But there's a bot marker on it. So it's going to be a -3. So it's going to hit. Bingo. Done. So we're going to go ahead and, so that's going to be the 50, which is going to be rolling on the 6. So let's take a look. What are we going to end up with? We're going to roll on the 6, and we get a 3 on the 6. A 3 on the 6 is a C2. I think that'll just basically take this guy out. Yep, this guy's gone. So this guy's gone here. Take the broken marker off there. And that will stay there, but the bot marker will not. There's nothing there. So that will go away this next turn. So that was a productive turn for the robot. So we'll go ahead and discard this one and flip over here. So we've got here. So let's take a look and see what we can do. So the robot player will attack the strongest human player that has already been attacked. Well, we can't do that, so we're not going to. So we'll go down to the next one, where we have smoke and grenades. The robot plays smoke grenades on all friendly occupied locations in an LS to low range. So that's not a problem. If this results in more grenades than the robot player, then the robot player still places smoke on all hex sides and considers to have consumed all ghosts. Okay, so. Oh, see, this is going to be. So I'm going to take this as, we're not going to really put smoke. We're going to do grenades. So we're going to use this one, and we have one spot where we can actually use grenades. So we're going to go to the board and take a look at that. So this is the one location. So one thing that's different between standard rules and the robot rules is you can fire grenades to each other when you're adjacent in the activation phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this group here. We're going to fire grenades into this one. So let's go ahead. We're going to get the rules and go through the grenades procedure. Okay, so we will multiply the stacking points for this one. So and then times it by 3. So this would be 3 stacking points. Well, we'll go 4 because of the leader. So that's 4 stacking points. Minus 1 here. So that'll be 3. 3 times 3 is 9 on the frag gunfire. So it'll be on the 8. So we're going to go ahead and roll a die. And on the 8. And it is a 9. And that's not any good. So a 9 on the 8 is nothing. So what ends up happening is that these guys end up fired right here. So these guys end up fired, and the grenade attack was not successful. So what does help with that now is that we'll be able to move into that hex and do some close combat. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and discard this card and go for our next card. Oh, player impulse. I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take this stack right here, everything except for the bazooka, which has been dropped because of the loss of the half squad that was there. And they're going to go in there. So we're just going to make this little arrow go here. And then when it comes to close assault, that'll be next. So, on to the next card. Okay, so we're going to go here. And we'll flip the next card. Oh, human player. I've only really got a few things left to do. But let's go ahead and go to the board. I have 2 decisions to make. Okay, so we have 2 real decisions. I can take this, fire into here, or maybe even move into here. Or fire this mortar here to fire here. I think what I want to do, since this unit is broken, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mortar, and we're going to fire into here, which is a direct fire. I did make a mistake last time, and I didn't have my frags for, I think it's half frags, I'll double check it, for this the masonry building. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. So we need to roll for, since it's a direct shot, we need to roll for HTP. It's an 8. But I do get a -3, so that'll be a 5. And so a 5 plus the masonry is 3, so that's an 8. So that actually that is a D weapon. Yep, so that actually does miss. So even with the bot on there, it still misses. That sucks. Yep, so because terrain state is masonry is +3. So yeah, so that missed. So yeah, that was great. Okay, moving to the next card. Okay, let's go ahead, discard this one, and we will flip. Ooh, another human, another player impulse. So we're going to go over here and what I think I am going to do is, I believe I will take this squad here, and I'm going to throw smoke right here. So I'm going to throw smoke right here. So that'll be 1 movement point. So let me grab a smoke 2. Smoke 2. Okay, so I placed the 1 smoke in here. So that will hopefully protect my movement from here. So that's 1 point. So I will get 5 points here. So we're going to leave that machine gun, but we're going to take the bazooka with us. Just because I don't have time to pick up. That's why. So we're going to go here. We're going to go into there. Now, this guy, I believe, we'll be able to see it. Yep. So Sergeant Colby here will be able to shoot here. So now we need to find out if he attacks. So what do we got? Hold fire. Oh, so he doesn't attack. And then we have these guys will now move into here. So we've got them safe. So we control this house right here, this building right here. And we don't control that one down there yet. So we have a total of 2 buildings now. So we have this one and this one. So this building's right here. So we'll mark with this one moved here. And what we're going to do is we will assault fire into here, which this one already has. I only need is a C1. So let's take a look. What do we got here? So this will be a 7. It'll be half to 3.5. So it's going to be a 2, but it'll be a 2 up 1. 2 up 1. Here we go. Dice and 2 up 1, or down 1 really, which would be a 5 on the 2, which is nothing. So it has moved and it has assault fired. So we are good to go there. Okay, now let's take a look. Oh yeah, so this guy fired as well. Forgot about that. Wait, we just don't have that much left for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's keep working on it. And since I used a card for that one, so we just need to turn this one over. And it's a human player. And I do not have... I've got one set. Okay. Let's take a look here. So I have this mortar team right here. So I can get them to move if I really wanted to, which I think I do. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is orchard is 1. Okay, so it's still 1. Okay, so we could go 1, 2, 3. That would go there, but I could see out and start attacking. So yeah, I think I'll do that. So we're going to take this mortar crew. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put him right here. Now he's going to be able to possibly assault fire. So let's find out if he is going to assault fire. And yes, he will assault fire. So it's a gunfire factor of 4 or higher. We actually have a gunfire factor of, let's take a look here, 14. This may not be good at all. So 14, so we're going to go ahead and roll. 14 minus, that's a 1. So the, let's take a look. So, by the way, this, the hedges actually take out the bocage, the bocage takes out the, assault movement issue. And so the bocage, bocage hex side, it gives, higher F. Improved cover. So it'll give improved cover. So that's +2. Yep, okay. So that's +2. And so +2 even on a 1 is a 3. So this one, these guys are gone. So these guys are no longer. I was afraid of that. That was bad and crappy. So okay, and in this case, there really won't be anything left to do because these guys have fired. Oh, give me a solitary fire here. There is still raid on that machine gun. There's just nothing there. So let's go ahead and see what's going to happen. I do have a mortar crew down here for the Germans that's left. Other than that, everything else has been... Oh, let's go ahead and pull another card. Oh. So nothing there. Move. I think we're going to go ahead and move this objective. So we're going to, because of where this guy is located at right here, he's going to move in just, he won't be able to fire his mortar. Or actually, yeah, he could move. He can move towards the objective. Problem is he can't fire from that objective. So I'm going to make an executive decision and say he's going to move here. He's in the woods, but this way he could still fire here, depending on what he needs to do. So he's going to crawl into here. So that way it works out. Okay, and with that, everything's been moved that can be moved. So we are on to the close assault phase. So let's get going with that. So we are now into the close assault phase. We only have one close assault phase to do, and that's this one right here. The Americans definitely have a very, 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 very good possibility of taking this one, but we will see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go with the Germans. They are going to attack just this squad right here. So this one squad. So that will give me 6 and 5. So that gives me 11. 11 to 7 or 12 to 7. It's going to be 3 to 2, and then we'll take the dice roll modifiers on using that. So that'll be a -2. Yeah, that'll be a -2 on that. So -2. So 8 minus 2 is a 6, and it'll be it'll be a 3 to 2. So 3 to 2, a 6 would be a C1. So what I'm going to do, I've got to take a C1 here. Okay, now we're going to take this, and so if this guy is basically all together, this will get 3 rounds in here. But so here we have 6, 5, so that's 11, and then 12 for this one, and then this will be 14, and then +2. So it's going to be more on the 1-to-1. Yeah, so it's going to be on the 1-to-1, but a +2, 10 or -2, that's nothing. So this guy is going to take casualty, and then he is going to flip. So this was very productive for the Germans in this case. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to adjust this a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, so pull that dice out of there here. I'm going to do it this way instead. There we go, that'll work. Okay, so back to this second round. So we're on our second round. So this will be 11. And then he's going to go after this one here. So he's going to use his gun factor to give it a 2-to-1. 2-to-1. 2-to-1 and a 7 on a 2-to-1. A 7, that's a C2. So he's gone. So these guys are going to be 1-to-1 again here. 1-to-1. -2. 7 minus 2 is a 5. So that'll be a C1. So he's just going to take this guy and flip him. And then this guy's going to go away. That is not good. This actually, if this doesn't survive, which is not looking like it's going to, because we still have one more round of the MG42. So in this case, we're looking at 7, 3-to-2. -2, it's 6. It's a C1. And then this one here is going to be 1-to-2. 5, 1-to-2, -2, it's another C1. So we're going to put a casualty on here. But this one, I have a C1 here that I have to take. So that's going to get put here. And now we've got, let's see. So that was 1, 2, that was a third round for that one. So the MG42 is no longer in there. That makes this a little more interesting. So we have 1-to-1 -2 for the Germans. Oh, 1-to-1 -2. So that's a C3. So that'll take out pretty much so everything there. 1-to-1 -2 back to forth, and that will also take out. So what's going to end up happening is this leader, so that's got to be C3. So this will be 1, 2. Oh, that'll. Oh. Okay, so maybe not. So, because this has all 3. So we'll take the leader. So this will leave 1 here. And I got to do C3. So I'm going to take this leader. Sorry, Captain McDonald. You are. Rest in peace. You sacrificed yourself for the good. And then this guy's also got. So they were basically on the same. Kind of the same. They both had 4 steps left, and they both got C3s. So in this case, this will be a 3. That'll be a 4. And so you're going. So it's I round down. So it's 1 to 2. So this is a 1 to 2 on a 3. 1 to 2 on a 3 is a C1. So that guy's gone, but he gets fire back. This will be a 1 to 1 with a 3. Yep. So they basically eliminated themselves. So, yep. So these guys are gone. These guys are gone. So here's what I'm going to do. I am literally going to call this scenario done. So, because I have 2 turns left, I have two buildings here. Now, if I wanted to, I could try to get up to here, but what would be the easier way to go is to go this way because these hedges right here will help. But I could probably get this building, not in this turn, because it'd be 1, 2, 3. Even if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't because that'd be 6. So I could stop right here. So that's 1 turn, 2 turns would be into there. So I literally cannot get 6 of them. I cannot get 6 towns. So with that, I will call this, but the whole idea was really to show the robot. And I'll tell you what, it did its job. It was a great way to play this. And obviously, I mean, I didn't play the best either. I'm going with the, hey, I'm just showing it off excuse. So that's what I'm going with that one. There were some interesting die rolls by all means. But in this case, I would say that it is a great option to have when you do it. Now, one thing that I just ran across, and I want to show this card to you guys real quick. It was one with the smoke grenades. Okay, so this card right here has this smoke and then the smoke grenades. When I actually do it, now this goes back to the 3.0 rules on this. It says the robot places friendly smoke grenades on all friendly occupied locations in LOS to enemy units whose combined shifts for cover are less than 1L. Well, I think probably now thinking about it, if they're less than 1 minus 1 DRM. So if it's just good, if it's 1 or less, is it less than 1? How do they have it here? Where's that? That are less than 1. So basically, if they're in the open, throw smoke on them. That's what I would say. If not, then throw grenades, and then see what happens. So that's the only thing was converting that left shift to minus 1 DRM. I think that makes it should work out that way without too much of an issue. But needless to say, really do enjoy the play with the robot. It really makes it enjoyable. So I would definitely say this is definitely one of those things that I would recommend. Of course, it's not going to do everything for you, so you're going to have to make some calls on that one, such as me firing instead of moving this into the objective hex, because then it couldn't have been used, moving it down here so he could actually fire into here. Unfortunately, everybody took each other out. That was probably one of the most interesting melees that I've ran across. I think I did that right. And if not, I know you guys would be nice and tell me in your guys' manner. But with that, I'm going to say have a great day. And everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, want to see another playthrough, let's go ahead and go through it. So, everybody, have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.